What is up, YouTube? This is your girl Killer Rose. Okay, so I got VTO today, so if you don't know what that means, voluntary time off, so I'm able to do some videos today. Okay, so first thing first most, we're gonna basically we're gonna react to this one clip. It's a one video and it's from Decoy. Don't know who that is, you should. It's very nice creator. I mean, he's very good, but I guess Katie Porter like ended her career, so we're gonna get into it. It's more like my opinion on based on the funding healthcare of undocumented immigrants. I'm opposed to that. I'm against that. I feel like they could do so much, but I wrote it down. So it's gonna be based off of my journal. I wrote it down, and if you agree, definitely give me a like, comment, describe on what you think, and so we can talk about it. All right, so I said funding healthcare of undocumented immigrants, but no one will fund the healthcare for the homeless, reduce the price of medical bills, or help countless families in the States. Why should I, as a tax-paying American, fund health care to those who won't contribute to our country, who relies more on the government instead of working and take part as being an American, to do their due diligence, becoming an illegal American citizen, to build from the bottom up, which is my grandparents and their parents done in this country. No one will do their part to help people who are vets in this country, to aid those who don't have insurance. So if you don't know what I mean, basically you are eligible. If you get a full-time job, you have you basically have benefits than those who are working part-time. That's what I'm saying, is that you have the opportunity to those who cannot find full-time work. You can actually give these type of funds to people who are desperately trying to look for a full-time job. And if the states have the fund to help people who are undocumented, they could help the ones inside the state. However, they are choosing not to do it. And so that's basically my my opinion on it. And I can go into other great detail, but that's basically my stance on actually helping people inside of your own state. Who wouldn't want to do that? For me, I want to do that. If I had the opportunity, I'm not saying that I'm running, but if I had the opportunity, most definitely I wouldn't send a healthcare fund to undocumented immigrants, okay, or illegal aliens, as we could call it. Immigrants are mostly like they already went through the system. They done it in a legal way of doing things, and they came to this country fairly. They've already done the process. But when I talk about other people that are outside of this country who basically snuck their way in and just cut in front of lines, and we have many people out here are trying to get into this country legally. They are going through that process, and it makes it much more harder for the people who really want to stay in this country. But you have others who are just sliding and cutting in line, and it's insane how much healthcare really costs if you don't have a full-time job. It's insane of the amount that you have to pay for in order to have good health, and it's really not the case. Sometimes people who have full-time jobs can just go in and try to see if there's a checkup, but with let's just say that I know a person who actually pays for healthcare, and let's say you have a family history of I don't know, you have a family of, they have a history of dementia or a history of cancer, and you want to make sure that you as an individual you want to be able to prevent things that are going to happen in the long term, because you obviously want to be able to die at a natural age where you don't have to go through the illnesses if you can prevent it, right? But it really depends on the situation, but to get a head start on it, that's like the most important thing. But as you can tell, what I'm trying to say is that people who pay for healthcare, sometimes the treatment, it has to be, either if they say we're going to deny it because it's basically a preventative that you can, like, they're not going to cover it. So basically what the healthcare system is saying is that you as an individual need to have cancer. And if you experience these systems and they diagnose you, then yes. And if you think you have something which is not there, they're not going to cover it, and it sucks. You have to pay it out of your pocket 100%. And I don't know this as much as other people do, but most definitely take a deep research on it. But it's one of those many issues that we don't really cover inside of our country, inside of our states. So that's just my opinion of it. If you guys agree, definitely comment and just let me know what your opinions are. And if you do have factual based on healthcare, definitely tell me. It is so crazy how they are still talking about, illegal aliens, but they're not really for the American people. That's, they already shown their true colors. So your best bet is to say, okay, so what can I do that's great for this country? What can I do in order to basically do what I can do? If you have the smarts, use it. Do not waste your talent. And I'm trying my best to use mine, but this is it. Alright guys, so if you guys, just do what you gotta do, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Alright, peace.